was sitting in the snow with his daughter, his trembling hands holding hers tightly, his breath turning into clouds in the frozen air. The world around them was silent, the kind of silence that only winter brings, until she whispered, "You forgot me." Before we dive into this heart-wrenching story, take a moment to breathe, because what you're about to hear might just remind you of something or someone you've been missing. And if it touches your heart, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message today. Now, let's go back to where it all began. Daniel Miller wasn't always the man sitting in the snow. Once, he was a man who had everything: an engineering job at a tech firm, a warm home, and a little girl named Lily who loved to draw stars on the window when it rained. She was 6, bright-eyed, always barefoot in the living room, painting the world in color while he buried himself in screens and deadlines. Every evening, she'd come to his desk holding her crayons. "Daddy, draw with me?" And every evening, he'd reply, "Not now, sweetheart. Daddy's working." His wife, Sarah, would watch from the kitchen, her eyes full of worry. "She won't stay this little forever, Daniel." But he never listened. He was chasing promotions, chasing recognition, chasing everything that didn't matter. Then, one night changed everything. It was December 22nd, the night of Lily's school Christmas play. She was going to play an angel, and all week she'd practiced her line, "Even when it's dark, love is the light that never fades." But that night, Daniel stayed late at work. Just one more email, he'd told himself. "I'll make it on time." Snow began to fall outside the glass building. By the time he left, the roads were slick and the city lights blurred behind white flakes. He drove too fast, heart pounding, guilt crawling up his throat. When he reached the school, the parking lot was empty. The stage lights were off. Only one small paper star lay on the ground near the door. Lily's star. He drove home in silence, headlights cutting through the snow. But when he turned into a street, flashing red and blue lights painted the night. A car accident. A small crowd. Sarah's voice screaming his name. A drunk driver had lost control. Their car, Sarah's car, was hit. Lily didn't make it to the world. Stopped that night. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Daniel quit his job, sold the house, and moved north, somewhere quiet, where the snow fell thick and endless. He couldn't bear the city sounds, couldn't bear the sight of a child's laughter, couldn't even bear Christmas lights. Everything reminded him of her years past. He'd often walk to the frozen lake near his cabin, sit on the bench, and imagine Lily running across the ice, laughing. He'd talk to her picture. "I'm sorry, baby. I didn't forget you. I just didn't know how to live without you." But the guilt never left. Then came one winter morning. The coldest one yet. The world was white, silent, almost sacred. Daniel was sitting by the lake again, snow piled on his coat. He closed his eyes and whispered her name. When he opened them, she was there, Lily. In her little red coat, hair tied in pigtails just like that last day, eyes shining. She smiled, holding a paper star in her hand, the same one he'd found outside the school years ago. He froze. His breath caught in his chest. "Lily?" She giggled softly, the sound echoing like wind chimes. "Daddy, it's cold. Sit with me?" He dropped to his knees in the snow beside her. The air was still, time standing still between them. Tears streamed down his face as he touched her cheek. It felt warm, real. "I missed you so much," he whispered. "I missed you too, Daddy." She looked up at the gray sky. "But you forgot me." Those 3 words cut deeper than any pain he'd known. "No, baby, I didn't forget you. I think about you every day." She smiled softly. "Thinking isn't remembering, Daddy. Remembering is living." Daniel frowned, not understanding. She pointed to the horizon where faint sunlight was breaking through the clouds. "You stopped living. You stopped helping. You stopped laughing. You forgot how to love, Daddy. That's how you forgot me." He fell silent. Every word from her lips was a mirror showing the truth. He had built his whole world around his pain, not her memory. Lily reached out and placed the paper star in his hand. "When I said my line in the play, I wanted you to hear it. Even when it's dark, love is the light that never fades. You still have that light, Daddy." He held her hand, his tears falling onto the snow. "What do I do now?" She smiled and stepped back, her small figure starting to blur into the snowfall. "Live. Love someone. Help someone. And when you smile again, I'll be there." And just like that, she was gone. Only her footprints remained, 2 tiny impressions in the snow leading toward the sunrise. Daniel sat there for a long time, staring at the paper star in his trembling hands. Then he looked up, feeling the warmth of morning light on his face for the first time in years. That day, he walked into the town for the first time. He saw a group of kids building a snowman outside a small orphanage. He hesitated, but then, for some reason, he walked up to them. "Need an extra hand?" he asked, his voice shaky. The children laughed and handed him a carrot. From that day on, Daniel became a volunteer there. He fixed broken toys, taught math, told stories. Slowly, the walls around his heart began to melt. He even hung Lily's paper star above the children's reading corner, telling them it was a light that never fades. Years later, people in town knew him as Mr. Daniel, the man who never lets a child feel forgotten. And every Christmas, when the snow fell thick, he'd walk to the lake, sit on the same bench, and look up at the sky. Somewhere in the white silence, he always heard her voice, gentle, playful, eternal, "I'm proud of you, Daddy." Music swells, soft violin over gentle wind. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Someone out there might need this reminder today, no matter how dark life gets, love never fades, and it's never too late to start living again. Screen fades to white. Text appears, in loving memory of those we never forget.